Activision devs do not play their own game. It's not your dad doesn't support you.
You should know, you worked at a coffee shop, you stupid bitch.
My name is Casey, and absolutely not fucking Tanner, because my parents don't hate me that much.
Hey, did they have just 8 patches lined up, but they just didn't release them because they were on break? No, you moron kids.
Then we'll, of course, get into it. Change your fucking name and get scammed. He's feeling under the weather.
I probably won't say another word until Stay Humble, so have a good pod, Raz. I'll be here listening.
Got it. We are live. Welcome, boys and also girls, to the Dropshot, a podcast about Call of Duty. Episode number 228, I think. My name is Casey, also known as...
Yeah, I think it is.
Cool. Razinon. I am joined by fact checker extraordinaire, MSNBC correspondent, Tanner Dropshot. Tanner,
hey.
we're digging. We in the chat are digging the t-shirt. Well, it's not a t-shirt, actually. It's a button-up shirt, isn't it? Tell us about your shirt.
Got the Mother's Day drip on, man.
The Mother's Day drip, huh?
Yeah,
Hawaiian
got that drip. Yeah. Chris and I went to Lario's market yesterday.
Oh, yum. You're going to get Lario's? Oh, no.
Let's just say Chris bought enough rice and beans to feed probably a party of 40, and there's going to be about 6 of us there.
Got it.
We bought about 8 pounds of carne asada and marinated chicken. So
you got to get the chicken. The marinated chicken is their best item.
I said the chicken's so much better than the carne asada, but if you want to get carne asada, get it. But it's the best marinated chicken I've ever had in my life and ever will have.
Same,
yeah. 100%. There's not many times I would choose chicken over carne asada. Lario's is the exception. It is amazing chicken.
The marinade is it's fucking good.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's that orange one too. You got to get the orange one.
Yeah.
Shout out to Lario's Market, friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod, absolutely, Lario's. And welcome to the show to the rest of you who are here and have the misfortune of not living close to Lario's Market.
Or Southern California in general.
Yeah,
imagine the Mexican food they get up in Wisconsin, Michigan, Minnesota, where half of these idiots live. Oh my God. I feel so bad for them.
Yeah,
I mean, I walk in that place, they start speaking Spanish to me. What do you guys have? Some little white girl serving you carne asada with a little bit of fucking pepper on it or something?
Exactly,
go to hell.
Yeah. If you don't have difficulty completing a transaction, the food's just not going to be that great, right?
Yeah, exactly.
There need to be some things lost in translation. It needs to take way longer than it should. And then you're going to get some fire fucking Mexican food.
It needs to have, at the most, a B rating for their health standards. Definitely not an A, B at the absolute most. You need to see rats, roaches on the ground. That's how you know.
Yeah, and you might get a hair or two in your food. Just take it off because you won't care once you bite into the delicious marinated chicken, dude. It's so good. And you have an immune system. You'll be fine. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just a hair. Does that, by the way, let's start here. When you find a hair in your food, how much does that gross you out on a scale of 1 to 10? Because most people, it's like a 10, and they're gonna throw up.
I take it out and move on.
Thank you. I'm so glad you said that. I don't care. It's hair.
I cannot believe there are people that send food back because there's a hair in it.
It's literally a 1 for me. There's not going to be shit on their hair.
I'll eat the hair. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck, dude. Yeah, it doesn't matter. But everyone I've spoken to finds it repulsive. And it's not that big of a deal. It's just hair. Why is hair so gross to people?
Was the hair going to have AIDS or what?
It doesn't make sense. Yeah, it's insane. So, I don't know. I mean, everyone in the chat is saying it's not that big of a deal, which is good. And that's why you guys are giant 5-head brains. Anyway, welcome to the show. If you're new here, we timestamp the episodes. You can skip this drivel and the announcements or whatever. And you can, go straight to the content. And today that content is question and answer content. It's been a minute since we did a Q&A. And the Q&A content is very varied. because it depends on what you guys ask. So some of this will be about Call of Duty, some of it won't. And that's that. So other than that, as far as announcements go, I don't believe there really are any. Yeah, next week's going to be pretty standard fare.
No, the Godzilla event comes out, so there will be something going on.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we might.
When does that start?
I think we might do a gameplay stream when that thing drops. That could be fun.
May 11th, so that's what, Wednesday? Next Wednesday.
It's for sure 4 days from now. So we might do a gameplay stream on that launch day. Keep your eyes on the schedule. Join the Discord, you can see the schedule, or follow us on Twitter at the Dropshot Pod, see the schedule.
Or don't follow us. We have 1,100 now, so we don't need any more. We do
be having 1,100.
None of you ever have to follow us again, actually.
Well,
please don't.
We could go for 2K. We could absolutely go for 2K, and then we could go for 3K, and then 1 million. That's the road.
You know what we need to do is do a Godzilla bundle giveaway. I cannot believe how many people will retweet a tweet, thousands of people, to have the chance of winning the Godzilla bundle.
We could do something like that.
It's insane to me. It's insane for a bundle, man.
A bundle that's dog shit too, by the way.
Yeah,
that bundle, I love seeing Godzillas in my lobby. You know why? Because I can see them very easily.
Exactly.
Can't hide in a bush when you're fucking glowing bright blue, man. And you're shooting blue tracers. I mean, holy shit, man.
And you're in Iron Trials, where the average KD is 0.55 for some reason. Oh, here's an announcement. If your KD is under 1.5, why are you playing Iron Trials? Go play regular BR. I'm trying to help you out. That's the tip of the day. Stop playing Iron Trials. I mean, you guys aren't going to do any better. You're doing worse in Iron Trials. Stop playing it. Or play it. It makes the lobbies more fun. But seriously,
for sure, yeah.
Stop. I cannot believe the amount of burger bots that are in Iron Trials.
Complete fucking burger bots.
Wow.
So I've been playing, lot of Iron Trials the past like 5 days. And the lobbies are consistently the worst lobbies I've ever played in, ever. I've not had 5 straight days of Warzone in lobbies this consistently terrible, like full of terrible players. Literally never, not even since launch of Warzone. I don't know why, but if you want to like break your PR and shit, go play Iron Trials, because everyone's terrible. Actually, usually what happens is we queue into a game. There is 1 or 2 other teams that are really good, or maybe not really good, but like good players, and then that is it, and everyone else is terrible. And if you can kill them, it's a free game, actually. It blows my mind how easy the lobbies are, which is weird because for 2 reasons. Number 1, why are shitty players playing Iron Trials? And number 2, Jake made a great point this morning. In Verdansk, when there was Iron Trials, it seemed like those were that was the sweatier playlist. But now that's not the case.
100%.
I don't understand.
Because they're on Rebirth. They're on Rebirth. That's what happened. They don't like Caldera, so the little controller, Sweatlord, 14-year-olds are on Rebirth.
Yeah,
that's 100% it, dude. You guys, did you look at your lobbies today?
No. Were they fucking awful?
Holy shit. One of the games you guys won, a 4-3.
Yeah.
You guys were the top 4 KDs. Jake, Cope, you, Ozzy. There was one other guy. There was 5 total people in the lobby with more than a 1 KD.
What?
It was you 4 and one other guy. Guys, listen.
Shit.
They're not even VPNing. It's just there's no skill-based matchmaking. Yeah. There's no skill-based matchmaking in Iron Trials, or it's I don't know. This is weird.
That's insane. Yeah, we were not VPNing, by the way. And
there's a bunch of people that don't even have a KD listed. Maybe those are all a bunch of bots.
We would tell you if we were VPNing. I would tell you that, because I've told you when I VPN and when I'm not VPNing. VPNing doesn't do anything in Iron Trials except to make us take longer to get a game, so we turned it off. So that was without a VPN that we got that atrocious lobby. It's Iron, it's underscore Iron, twitch.tv/it's underscore Iron, friend of the pod, world record holder. Said in his stream in passing, like yesterday, he was like, yeah, Iron Trials has no skill-based matchmaking. That's why it's so easy. I don't know if that's true, because that wouldn't explain why Iron Trials was like fucking sweaty in Verdansk. I think maybe Tanner's more correct that all the sweaty players just don't play Caldera anymore.
I mean, yeah, way more people played on Verdansk too. That's why.
So I think that's probably more likely that, like, theoretically there is skill-based matchmaking in Iron Trials, but none of the good players play it. So you can just fry a bunch of people. And I will add also, when there is a good team playing Iron Trials, we will be in the same lobby as them. We killed Frozone this morning in Iron Trials.
Ooh, that's a Frozone.
Excuse me. I killed Frozone this morning in Iron Trials.
He's a demon.
I killed Reed Boy yesterday and then lost to his team of...
No, you didn't kill Reed Boy. You jacked Reed Boy off.
I jacked him off. Yeah, I jacked him off. He got completely jacked off. And he was on it's underscore Iron's team. We got second place to Iron that game. Sad. OP Marked, number 1 in the world for wins in Warzone, killed me yesterday in Iron Trials. So it's not like... it's not like you only get burgers. If there are good players queuing at the same time as you, you will get in the same lobby as them. That happened to us. But it's just like, I guess not that many good players are playing it. Because we weren't VPNing for any of this.
Yeah.
And by the way, that also goes to show you, maybe it goes to show you, like I've said a long time ago, OP Marked doesn't VPN. Iron doesn't VPN. Their lobbies are always super sweaty. You can look at their stats, besides in Iron Trials, because everyone's terrible, apparently. But these people don't VPN. I don't know about Frozone. I've never heard of him, but Jake made a big deal out of it after I...
He's good. He's a K-Bam player.
Okay, yeah.
He's nasty.
What didn't happen was he didn't kill the 2 randoms, and then Jake get him absolutely 1 bullet, and then me come and finish him, and then brag about it on the podcast. That's not what happened. What did happen, in fact, was I saw him solo. I had no plates, but I stim Movement King and killed him. So,
wow, killing streamers with movement. We should upload that as a TikTok.
That should be a TikTok. That should be a YouTube short. Oh yeah, here's an announcement.
On the talk, Frozone.
We're getting back on TikTok.
Oh yeah, I gotta post those.
We're getting back on TikTok. We're gonna have some fire content. We're gonna have some little snippets of the program on TikTok. If you listen to the podcast, it's just snippets of the podcast. But what you could do to support the program is follow the TikTok account, which is at the Dropshot Pod, maybe? Search for the Dropshot Podcast.
The Dropshot Podcast. The Dropshot Podcast. It's on the overlay. That's how I know.
Follow our TikTok and just like it every time you see it, but you don't have to watch. I mean, you should watch because it helps the algorithm. Excuse me, the algorithm.
Jesus Christ.
But you don't
vomit in your mouth?
No, I didn't. Almost. But you don't have to watch. But it would help us if you would, engage in some way.
Yeah.
Because then we could spread the good word. And we're doing YouTube shorts as well. Again, if you watch or listen to the podcast, that won't matter for you. But the YouTube shorts are going to be the same as the TikToks, little snippets. And one of them's doing fairly well, I think. I should check on it. But anyway, yeah, that's happening.
I'll take a check, yeah. I'll take a little peek.
I think the important thing, engage with it to help the program, number 1. And also, if you've been trying to convince your shit friends to listen to the podcast, you can send them a YouTube short and say, dude, it's 40 seconds. You can watch it. Because I know you're not going to convince your friend who doesn't listen to podcasts to listen to a 2-hour episode. I get that. But... there you go. Yeah, 1.2k views in a day. Warzone skins shouldn't transfer. Not bad.
Just the typical, I guess it's not just TikTok, by the way. It's just dumb people. One of the comments on that one, it's called Modern Warfare 2 with the new Warzone. Why would anything correlate with 2019 to 21? That was the whole topic, buddy. Because people keep talking about that. I mean, just brain dead people.
Yeah.
Just brain dead, man.
Absolutely.
Oh, I can't.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jesus Christ.
So, other than that, Tanner, anything else?
Nope.
Got it. If you're listening for the jingle, It's coming right up.
Did you hit that jingle button with your cock?
I could have. It would have been easier.
Yeah, easier than stretching that leg out. Yeah. Just pull it out. It's like a garden hose. You got to unravel that thing or what?
I'd have to unwind it from my thigh, yeah.
Yeah.
It would take longer, but it would have been easier. Yeah.
Yeah. Got it.
Cocks.
I imagine it like what's that like meat you'll see at like Mexican markets, and it's like looks like cow shit. It's all like wound up. It's like a really long sausage.
Salchicha?
That's what I'm imagining your dick looks like. You got that all like raveled up, taped to your thigh or something.
Yeah. Yep. It's just wider and thicker and longer than that. But yeah.
Got it, yeah.
All right, welcome to the show. Today we're answering questions from you guys. If you wanted to ask questions, you could do that. Join the Discord. The link is in the thing, and there's a section of the Discord called Q&A questions where you can ask a question or a million questions. It's up to you. I don't care. All right, now let's get into it. From December 31st, 2021. Wow. So we're getting caught up. It's a good question though. Intel or AMD? Spicy Cheetos. Don't call them spicy Cheetos. Holy shit. They're hot Cheetos.
Yeah, you're right. I was thinking something seemed wrong with that.
Or sour cream and onion.
What? There's no sour
Pringles?
cream and onion Cheetos.
Lay's?
Yeah.
We'll pick one. Tiger Woods or Arnold Palmer? Apple or Hickory? Okay, so we got a lot of...
This is a disaster.
A lot of
disastrous
interesting
questions.
Intel
or AMD? It doesn't matter. One will be the best one month, and then the next month, the next one will be the best. I don't know. I think for Warzone right now, the newest Intel's the best, but it's like the newest AMD is also worse by maybe 3 frames, so it's like that's what you'll see is like, oh, this is the best, but it's like it could be a number of frames. Whatever games you play, look up what's better for that. Spicy Cheetos or sour cream and onion, probably hot Cheetos. Tiger Woods or Arnold, is that literally the golfers? It's because I don't think a Tiger Woods is a drink, right? Because I was thinking Arnold
I know, that's
Palmer
what
drink.
I thought too, but yeah, I think he means
don't
the two
care.
golfers.
Apple or Hickory,
Bacon's
like a
what
wood,
I'm thinking of.
like smoked. Hickory.
Yeah. Hickory, yeah.
Hickory's usually stronger, yeah.
Yeah, I have input for like one of these. Intel or AMD? As far as I understood, I don't know if this is still true, but the wisdom was that if you like stream or do like video editing and shit, AMD is better. If you only game, Intel is better, because Intel will perform in a video game better usually than AMD, but AMD's better at like multitasking. I don't know if that's still true, but that in general, that was the kind of rule of thumb. Hot Cheetos or sour cream and onion? I like hot Cheetos. I also like sour cream and onion like Pringles a lot. They're both good. I'd have to go with sour cream and onion Pringles, I guess, but I really like hot Cheetos too. Tiger Woods, obviously, duh. I mean, he's a demon. And have you ever seen his DUI mugshot? How do you not pick Tiger Woods, man? Or listen to that traffic stop, by the way. Deeply amusing traffic stop to listen to.
Oh, I gotta listen to that.
Yeah, it's
Maybe
a good
I should change
piece
my
of media.
Discord avatar to that thing instead of the...
Ooh, yeah, a new mugshot.
Yeah,
you should do a monthly celeb mugshot switch. Yeah.
I could, I could do that.
There's a lot of good celeb mugshots, I would imagine.
Oh, thousands of them.
Yeah, the celebs are real pieces of shit. Yeah, for sure. And then Hickory, Apple's cringe. The fruit is cringe. The flavor is cringe. Fuck you. Jax, would you guys ever stream a horror game? No.
We already answered that at some point.
Steel
Switch.
Switch.
He asked the same question twice.
Is there a TV show or movie that people keep asking if you have seen it? If so, what is it? Okay.
I don't think anymore. For a while, it was Game of Thrones. Everyone always asked about Game of Thrones, and we were the only people in the world who hadn't seen it, so we finally watched it. But now, not really. Can't think of any recently.
It's happening to me a lot with Yellowstone. And it's like, dude,
Yeah.
I don't have Flamingo Prime or whatever it is. I'm not gonna get. There are way too many streaming services now. Someone needs to monopolize this market. There needs to be 3 max.
We need DirecTV back, yeah.
Yeah, let's go back to TV, man. So
Yeah, everyone was bitching that Netflix had a hold on everything, and hey, now what do those people do? Now they're paying $150 a month for 10 different streaming platforms instead of just letting Netflix control the world, which would have been fine. I mean, I don't care. Not hurting me.
Bring back monopolies, honestly.
Yeah, seriously.
Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. Movie, no. People that know me know better than to ask me if I've seen a fucking movie.
A film? Ever seen this film?
Dude, I have one friend from high school who really likes movies.
You have a friend?
Well, no, I haven't talked to him in like years, but
yeah.
Ryan Corso, smart guy, love Ryan. Real liberal, but that's fine. He's a great dude. Or he was. I mean, I haven't talked to him in 10 years, probably.
He's probably an addict now, yeah.
He's, probably banging heroin or something. I don't know. But anyway, shout out to Ryan, friend of the pod. He was a movie guy, and he would say film unironically. And he was that guy. And we would make fun of him a lot for it.
That's real funny.
It's just, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, there you go. Cool. All right, Walt Berger, audio Chad. Hasn't seen a TV show that's 10 years old and then gets mad that we spoiled it. Got it. Factoring in taste, consistency, and smell, what is the most disgusting thing you've ever tried to eat? Okay, to include what constitutes a disgusting thing to eat. Like, no shit, it's going to be those things. And more, by the way.
Well, I guess some things theoretically could smell good, but then taste disgusting, maybe. You know, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
A cinnamon candle will smell good and taste disgusting, probably. For example,
I would eat a cinnamon candle. That actually sounds really good. Have you ever tried one? I could.
You could, yeah. You should try one.
That sounds bomb. I should light it and then eat it.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
and it's actually a firecracker.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll start with that one. Yeah, Tanner. I'm trying to think,
I usually, if something seems that disgusting, I just won't eat it. Yeah. You know? Like, certain people are like ballsy and they're like, oh, this smells disgusting, I'll try it. I'm not that person. I'm just like, if this smells gross, I ain't even trying it. I don't care. The gross one to me lately is matcha. Sierra's been getting a lot of matcha.
You don't like matcha?
Smells fucking gross. I took a sip of it. Oh, I cannot do it, man. But it's such a popular thing. It is like the most disgusting thing to me right now. I don't know.
That is weird. Yeah, matcha's fine. It's unique.
I think that's a good one, Blakers. Hot tuna. Hot tuna is fucking disgusting.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah. Tuna should not ever be more than ice cold, essentially.
So for me, this is a toss up between onions. And I've had them way too many times because I ask for no onions and get them anyway. I fucking hate onions.
You are such a child.
I know.
Oh my God.
I wish I liked onions because they're so flavorful and I want to like them, but I don't. I hate them. The onions remind me of garlic in that they are super strong flavors. And if you like it, you just want it on everything and it tastes really good. It's like the same strength as garlic, right? But I just don't like onions, and it makes me mad, because if I did, then I could have something with garlic and onions, and I would be coming. I would be so happy. But I just don't. I can't like onions. I just hate them. They're fucking gross to me.
That's interesting.
Don't know why. Or whitetail fish. They call sushi whitetail something. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a tuna, or a fucking salmon, or a...
Salmon.
A tilapia... Or 3/6 tilapia, or what's another fish? Marlin. It's probably not a marlin, right? They don't even have tails.
Trout.
It could be a trout, maybe.
Sure. That's a rainbow trout. Smoked rainbow trout.
Never had it. What is whitetail, though? What kind of fish is that? I don't know what it is, but it's a fish. I had it, and I was like, oh, this is the worst fish I've ever had. Because I've had I've had a number of fish.
Whitetail.
I've had like tuna. I've had albacore, which
That's
is another
deer,
type
so that's
of
why
tuna.
you ate deer.
I did not eat a deer, Tanner. It was a whitetail fish of some kind. I've had salmon.
Tail.
I've had shrimp, if you count that. Mollusks. Scallops. I think a scallop is a type of mollusk. I've had a number of types of fish, and they were all fine. But whitetail is gross, dude. I don't like it. This
makes sense. It is a favorite British snack.
Oh,
classic fried white bait fish.
Yeah.
So that's why it's so disgusting. They don't know
British
food over there.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a worse country in the world in terms of food than them, it seems. I've never been there, but judging from what I've seen and heard, it utterly disgusting.
I suspect Britain has absolutely no redeeming qualities. Yeah, that would be my guess. Shit weather, shit teeth, shit orthodontistry, shit food.
They don't get gunned down in school though, oi bruv. We got healthcare, bruv.
Oi bruv.
Shout out to the Brits. We have quite a few of them that we enjoy here.
The British are fine, I guess. You need to give reparations to the Irish, though, don't you? And give back Northern Ireland, don't you? Hey, can I ask for reparations since I'm Irish, dude?
No, stop.
That's something I can do?
No, stop.
Well, that's a joke, and we'll edit that out. So, anyway. I won't, by the way. All right, moving on. He also asked, would you ever let Damascus patrons come be a guest on some of these Q&A episodes? Oh, wait, wrong button. One moment here. Of course not. Absolutely never. No. Absolutely fucking not. Of course I would
Face
not
and
ever
J-Web
do that.
Like every Q&A episode, they get someone on.
But that's like yeah, they do. They do. I feel like that's different though. For some reason.
It's not, because it's also Urban just asking a bunch of shit questions to them, so it's the same thing, really.
Yeah, maybe. We're beholden to multiple corporations, sponsors. We have obligations.
Are we? Yeah.
We actually are, yeah. No,
okay.
I would not force upon our roughly 5,000 listeners per episode any of you. So no, we would never have you on for an episode of Q&A just by being a Damascus patron. We support you and we love you, but no, not doing that. Not making the rest of you suffer some guy on the podcast. Won't be doing that.
A guy.
Yeah. So.
Or girl.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe we'd have a woman on.
I'll move on.
Let's move on. Yeah. So absolutely fucking not, Walt. No. But thanks. This is a great question from Steel Switch. Best deli meat.
Turkey.
Really?
Yeah.
You're going with turkey?
Yeah, what are you going with?
Wow, that's interesting.
It's not interesting.
No, it kind
it's
of
like
is.
One of,
I might
it's like
be
one
with
of the
you
three
there.
most popular deli meats.
It's pretty interesting though. Cause like the like thinly cut chicken, that's a deli meat, right?
That's the same thing.
Chicken.
I'll eat that too. It's the same as chicken. You don't tell the difference when it's on a sandwich. It doesn't matter.
That is kind of
so, yeah,
true.
like Albertsons has like
trash,
some
white meat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like Albertsons has like a hatch chili chicken deli meat, and it fucks. So it tastes the same as turkey. Yeah.
Interesting. Because some people would say ham or bologna. Bologna.
No one says bologna in California, at least. I don't even know if they sell bologna in stores here.
I don't know what animal that is.
I haven't had a bologna.
What is bologna? What is that animal?
It's processed meat, isn't it? It's bologna.
It is processed meat, but meat of what? Human?
Nothing. It's made in a lab meat, I think.
Meat?
It's possible. Like a hot dog. It's like the scraps from the floor.
Is it like tilapia?
Some factory worker gets accidentally mixed in and killed with the meat, and they throw that in a hot dog.
So every time there's a wood chipper incident, they bag up the remains and process that as bologna. That's what I'm hearing.
I haven't had a bologna sandwich since I was 8 years old, as it should be. Once you turn 10, you should never eat bologna. And yet here we are, people in fucking Texas thinking they're all cool, smoking bologna. Stop.
Yeah.
Just stop.
Yeah, I don't know what bologna is. So, some people might say ham too, But hot take, fuck ham. It's not good at all. I hate ham. It's not interesting. Oh, but it's salty. Just put salt on good meat then. I mean, what are we doing? Ham sucks. Fuck ham. It's watery trash. It's
ham
not
haters,
good.
Man.
I hate ham.
What
dude.
about rum ham? Rum ham would be good.
I've never had rum ham. I've had honey baked ham.
You've never had Frank's rum ham?
No, I don't know what that is.
Frank, It's Always Sunny, the rum ham episode, one of the most popular episodes of all time. Rum ham.
Yeah, that's
rum ham.
Okay. Yeah, now I remember what you're talking about.
That would be good. So actually, though, ham soaked in rum. Oh, that would be so good.
I would eat human flesh soaked in rum. So yeah, is that illegal?
Yes,
cannibalism?
Most definitely. I would imagine it's illegal.
Obviously, killing someone to eat their meat would be illegal because that's murder. But is like the cannibal, like if you find some guy on the road,
yeah,
and you like take a little slice of his thigh and cook that sucker up, saute it with some garlic, some butter, some thyme,
onion,
maybe some onion if you're into that. Is that illegal?
Let's try. Let's go find a human remain somewhere.
Let's go dig up a corpse and cook it. What are your thoughts on that?
We could, yeah.
Okay, here's a question. Here's an interesting question. I think we might have talked about this like 2 years ago. Pretty sure we did. If some guy, okay, let's put it this way. Let's say I died, and in my will and testament, I was like, I want you to cut the best pieces of my meat and have an expert chef. I'm not like an actual really good chef who knows how to like make a steak and shit, cook up a variety of meats with my body so you can get like a roast with my butt. It'd be a small roast, but it would be a roast. You could get I don't know, some ribs, which would be pretty flavorful because I'm getting pretty fat. So it'd be pretty well marbled actually. Put some, you can season it. You can put like sauces on it. Would you try? And like, no one's mad. My family like wants to eat with you. Or actually, you probably wouldn't want to do that, but they're okay with you taking it home or whatever. Would you try my meats?
Would I try it?
Yeah. Would you eat?
Of course
meats?
not. No.
You wouldn't eat human meat?
No.
Why not?
I don't know, because it sounds gross.
Interesting. You think it would taste gross?
In the United States, there are no laws against cannibalism per se.
Okay.
But they've all enacted laws, most states have enacted laws that indirectly make it impossible to legally obtain and consume the body matter.
Yeah, because if you find
pretty
a
much
dead
like
body,
you said, yeah,
you'd have to report it to the police. You couldn't.
But if it's like your family member that let's say you live out on a homestead and you're gonna bury them out there anyways, you find them, you eat them.
Yeah, you could.
You bury them after it's on your homestead, your family.
Yeah.
What do they care?
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess this is a hot take because most people I don't think agree with me on this, but I would absolutely try human meat. I would want. I'm not kidding.
There's a TikTok right there.
I would 100% try. Yeah, maybe. I'd 100% try it.
That's
obviously
disgusting.
I wouldn't want factory farming of fucking 3-year-olds or anything. I wouldn't have human veal unless they died of natural causes. But I would try human meat if some guy who died anyway was like, yeah, sure, cook me up, serve me. I would try it. It could be pretty good, especially an American. There would be better cuts too. You know how there's like a prime and choice steak?
Yeah.
A prime steak would be an American from Wisconsin because they're all fucking gigantic, dude.
Yeah.
Well marbled people. And you could get some fucking Wagyu
a lot
people.
of cheese up there.
Yum, dude. Some Wagyu
and then you go to like
dude.
the Bay Area, and that's like choice because they're all like vegan or homeless
they're on
and
Atkins
dead.
diet. They taste like fucking kale. Yeah, fuck those people. Yeah. They would be the hot dogs of the human meat industry. Just trash meat that has no flavor.
True. Yep, that's true.
So, I would try it. But anyway, let's move on. So the best deli meat is human meat, Steel Switch. That's my answer.
Okay, got it.
Salty Rhombus. What is the optimal cuddling position? Isn't there one cuddling position?
No. Spooning.
Whatever has my dick in your mouth.
Jesus Christ.
That's the optimal cuddling position.
You're such a pig,
What are your
man.
thoughts
You're
on
such
that?
a disgusting fucking pig.
I mean,
You
no,
really
there's
are.
spooning. There's maybe like head in the lap.
Cuddling is considered anything like your arm around a female or a male, whatever you're into, whatever you are.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you can do it a lot of ways. You can sit on the couch next to each other and be considered cuddling, you know?
Here's the optimal cuddling position. You are big spoon or little spoon, but if you're big spoon, okay, and I hate these phrases, by the way, but they're accurate. You put your arm that is closest to the ground, not under their armpit, but under their neck, because there's going to be a gap between where their shoulder hits the couch or bed or whatever, and then there's going to be an open space before the skull is on making contact with the bed or the couch. And you have that nice little crevasse where you can slide your arm through and, like, you know, wrap it around, put it on the shoulder, a titty, obviously, something like that. And your arm will not fall asleep this way because you will be getting blood flow. It will not be underneath the person. It is an amateur move to have the arm underneath the armpit of the little spoon if you're the big spoon. That's a rookie mistake. It's a bad play. It's a misplay, and that's why you don't like spooning. You got to get the correct arm position with the arm closest to the bed. Does that explanation make sense, Tanner? Because you look puzzled.
Well, I'm just confused because I didn't know the other way. I'm trying to figure out what you mean by the armpit thing.
So, like
under the neck and then through the opposite arm?
No, I mean, the wrong way is not under the neck. It's straight under the armpit. I've done this before. I've made this mistake. Because you can, like, hug them tighter, so maybe you want to do that. You want to feel particularly close. But that's a misplay, because then your arm's going to fall asleep.
It's going to fall asleep anyways, no matter what,
I think if you get it under the neck, it won't. You got some blood flow going.
I mean,
That's
I feel like
play.
eventually, though, it's not like you can lay like that for hours. You're gonna start to suffer after a little while, I would imagine.
You'll suffer. Yeah, there's no position where you're not suffering for like any less than 5 minutes. I mean, yeah, it's a disaster, really. Yeah, the best cuddling position is, hey, bitch, go home. That's the best cuddling position. So I can sleep in my own goddamn bed by myself.
Fucking pig.
That's the best one. But yeah,
his comments don't
reflect the program. Yeah,
they don't reflect the LLC as a whole at all.
Yeah. On apps, this podcast is still 3 minutes long. That's how much we're editing out. So
yeah, for sure.
Anyways.
Oh boy, here's a long one.
Let's move on. Okay, Drizzle with a long one. And Tanner's mad about it. What do you guys think of games like Rust or Tarkov? I know you like Tarkov, but do you think they could be the future of gaming, combining FPS, BR, and survival into one game? Okay. What mechanics would you pick from an FPS game for gunplay and balancing, from a BR for map or maps, and mechanics for survival would you put into your ultimate survivor royale from all games from each category? Tanner cannot use any part of the Red Dead Redemption series as part of an answer. He can. Get fucked, he said. So we've kind of sort of answered this question before, but we can get into it a little bit. Your ideal survivor royale game. Survival royale game.
Well, I don't know how it could be. Yeah, I don't know how it could be anything like a battle royale. I don't want to be bought back. I don't want to be... That's like the point of survival games, is like you die and you lose shit that you had on you. That's like the point. So it should have nothing to do with the battle royale. So I mean, you answered it. What is my ideal survival game? Literally Tarkov. Yeah. There's like, I can't even think of anything I would change with the game. Yeah, it's like the core game is absolutely perfect in my opinion. There's like nothing to change. It just needs more maps, stuff like that, bug fixes, be able to hear people. Cheaters. There's not the core game is like there though.
The concept, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've answered this before and I'll give it to you again. My ideal survival game would be Tarkov with an extremely long TTK. like a BO4 level TTK. That would be super fun.
Yeah.
One of the things that sucks about Tarkov, especially when you're new, and why the learning curve is so steep, is like a good player is always going to kill you if you're new and dumb in one bullet, and you'll never know where that person was. I still will not play, or cannot play, excuse me. I'll try to and die every time. On the map, what's the mall? Interchange. If I go into Interchange and someone is there, I will never see them. I'll never know where they are. And then I'll die in one bullet. I won't take damage. I'll just go from full health, painkillers popped, fucking, headset blasting. Don't care. Doesn't matter. Dead. And then, okay, cool. I learned nothing. I had no fun. And there goes all my loot. And that's really punishing for new players. And it's punishing for fucking not that new players like me. I've played a good amount of Tarkov. I'm not good at it, but still, that's a deeply unfun and unsatisfying experience. And it doesn't happen on every map. I can play customs and do 30th percentile well, which is terrible. 70% of players are better than me. But I'll have fun. I'll at least have some fun.
I like how mad you always get in Tarkov. You'll have like a backpack full of shit.
Dude.
You'll be like, fuck! When you die, you get so mad. Dude, I bullied some kids on Factory. I bullied a 4-man earlier. The highest level was 24. They're like 24, 23, 15, 11. I 1v4'd them with an RPK. Oh my God. Rude. Just spray. And that's what you're talking about. Like that like skill gap? No. Like I had a Tagilla mask, Tagilla armor, my helmet, my face shield bounced like 4 of their bullets off of it because they're low level. They have no good ammo. Just torched them. Bullied them, man.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think Tarkov with like a really long TTK, not even so much to cater to noobs like me, because that would be one part of it. But a noob, like the guy that kills me in one bullet on Interchange, if the TTK was 100 times longer, he's still killing me every single time. I'll just at least know where he is and maybe see him before I die if the TTK is 100 times longer. That would make it more fun and it would make it easier to learn. But also, when 2 really good players are fighting each other, I think a super long TTK would be really cool because then there is skill gap potential. And like a lot of times right now, it's like Glorious versus fucking Landmark. Like who wins most of the time?
Glorious.
Okay. But a lot of times Landmark, if he's the worst player, is still going to win because he like gets the right side peek and Glorious doesn't have it. Or like he gets to the good spot first.
Yeah, that's true.
Or Glorious doesn't know he's there and then it didn't matter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whereas if a TTK is really long, you can get shot first and then get dunked on. Here, and I'll take it back to an analogy I've used many times before. If I was playing against Nate Gibson in Tarkov and I saw him first, I would kill him. If the TTK was 100 times longer, Nate Gibson would kill me 1,000 out of 1,000 times in Tarkov, even if I see him first. That would be cool. Because everything else about Tarkov I really like. The RPG elements, the losing your loot element, the tasks, no hand-holding, PvP, you loot other players, healing, starvation, energy, desertion, all of that shit about Tarkov is super, super, super fucking fun. Yeah. And the TTK being super fast and realistic, which it is for a video game, to be fair, is really cool also. And that is part of the appeal. I just think this would be a separate type of game that would have a different type of appeal that I would really enjoy. That would be my ideal.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's pretty good because you can tell. I mean, when you go up against Chads with good armor, I mean, they'll suck that shit up. Those
gunfights do tend to last pretty long if you have good gear sometimes. True.
Yeah, they do.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So it varies so much. It's so random. And then it's like sometimes your face shield will bounce 3 bullets and then you'll get shot by a bullet with less penetration and it'll somehow one tap you. Yeah. So it's just like, it's very random like that too. So that makes it feel like the time to kill can be a lot lower.
Yeah, for sure. So anyway, there's my answer. But yeah, Tarkov's great. The concept is like almost perfect. It's just the execution is wanting. but still fun. Next, Steel Switch. Can you build your perfect burger? Wow. Can't believe we haven't gotten this question before. What does your perfect burger look like?
Wow. I could go with just about any burger, but I would say the perfect one.
Let's start with the bun.
Solid.
What kind of bun are we rocking?
Like a soft potato or like brioche bun. It depends on what I'm feeling. Brioche is going to be more buttery. I don't know if I, want that all the time. Yeah, probably like a potato type bun.
Okay.
For some sauce, some sort of like Thousand Island sauce, like In-N-Out does with
Interesting.
Their sauce.
Okay.
Something like that. Couple thin patties.
So 2 thin patties,
cheese.
like an In-N-Out double.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting.
Some cheese, probably.
What kind of cheese? If you say American, I'm going to lose my mind. Just letting you know.
American.
You son of a bitch. Okay.
And then probably like some grilled onions and some pickles, and that's it.
Okay.
That's like a good, I'm thinking like
burger.
a good, like basic smash burger, like a classic burger,
What kind of
I'll eat
cook are we
fucking
rocking
anything, though.
On those patties?
Kind of cook?
Yeah, medium
Well,
rare.
they're gonna be fucking thin, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I guess if
Cooked.
if they're In-N-Out thin,
Cooked.
yeah. Cooked, yeah. Okay, that's an interesting
not
burger.
not raw.
Not raw,
Yeah, but
not tartar.
yeah.
It's a pretty
Exactly.
basic burger, but it is a good, don't fuck with the classics. Before I answer this question, hot take, fuck lettuce on burgers. It doesn't add anything to my experience. I hate it.
Totally depends where it's at. In-N-Out, love the lettuce because you get like that crunchy, fresh lettuce. If you get lettuce on a burger at like Wendy's or some shit,
the
you
shredded
should
lettuce,
off yourself.
Yeah.
You should off
In-game,
yourself because that
of course.
shit, it's like warm, it's soggy, disgusting. Totally depends where you are. Like a nice like restaurant burger, like a burger place, they'll have good lettuce too. Or like the one I get at Eureka actually has arugula on it, which I don't love arugula, but on that burger it absolutely hits.
Arugula actually has flavor, unlike lettuce. Like adding lettuce that's nice and crispy, like In-N-Out for the texture, I get it.
That's my main thing there is the texture, that little crunch, yeah.
And like someone like Jake wouldn't want that because texture doesn't matter for his food. Just throw it all in a blender. But for normal people, texture does add something. However, I don't really care about crunchy lettuce. The texture isn't worth it for me. It doesn't add anything to my experience. I don't want that texture. So here's my perfect burger. Okay, we start with a brioche bun, toasted, real buttery. Yes, of course. We have one fairly thick patty that's cooked medium to medium rare. I like to call it medium plus.
Don't call it that.
Or excuse me.
Say medium. A burger should just be medium
plus. No.
The burger should just be medium. It's that
minus.
simple.
Yeah, medium rare if you get it right. But anyway, sure. But a fairly thick patty. What kind of thickness? I don't know if any real islands level thickness. That's a good thick patty, but it's not.
That's probably, yeah.
It's not aggressively thick, but it's fairly thick.
Like a half-inch thick patty. It's
Yeah.
pretty thick.
It's fairly thick. It's fairly thick. We have a garlic aioli sauce. And garlic aioli fucking farms, dude. Real good. Put a sharp cheddar slice on that sucker. A sharp cheddar slice. And then, if I feel like it, maybe some tomatoes. That's it. And I'm done.
It's interesting you don't want lettuce, but you want tomatoes. Because tomatoes, to me, end up just being like a soggy kind of disaster. Like, it doesn't do anything to the texture. I guess you taste them, though, and that's kind of what you're thinking.
Yeah.
You taste them too much, which is why I often don't like them.
That makes sense. If you don't like tomatoes, yeah.
Like, it's like the same thing again. It depends where you are. At In-N-Out, I'll get the tomatoes on there, and then usually I'll pick, because they put 2 of them on there, which is too much. So I usually will take one off, eat it before I eat the burger, because it's got like spread all over it, so it's delicious tasting. Sometimes if it's going really good, I'll just eat the second tomato too, or just leave one of them on there and eat it that way. But it can't be too much. Can't be too much.
Yeah, I don't want a fucking full tomato sliced on there. Like 1 or 2, probably 2 slices of tomato, thinly sliced. Because, yeah, I want the flavor, but yeah, if you get like fucking, you're pulling out like strands of tomato, miss me with that. But yeah, that's what I'm going with. I'm probably not getting it with tomato though, honestly. I like a fairly plain burger. And that would be my ideal burger. Excellent question. And that sounds really good. And thanks. I need to let my dog out. But next question. Did Tanner take down his Christmas tree yet? Yes. Who would compete from Walt Burger with Urban Bigfoot as a nominee for the Dropshot 2022 222 Quality Question Award? First of all, Urban's not a nominee for anything but the worst question of 2022, but go off.
Yeah. I mean, if we're going with like dog shit questions, then I'm not sure if anyone competes with Urban. Maybe whoever this deleted user is that got banned from Discord. I don't remember who this was.
Yeah,
a lot
no
of
idea.
dog shit questions, whoever that was.
Yeah.
But in terms of actual good questions, I mean, obviously Steel Switch is the Q&A
Steel Switch, of
demon.
course. He's the god. By a landslide, by the way.
He's the only one that actually thinks and asks good questions.
There isn't a close second, I don't think.
No,
in terms of frequency and caliber. Steel Switch is like the Barry Bonds of the Q&A channel.
Yeah.
He's missed a lot of balls. He's taken a lot of swings. But when you do that, you're going to hit a lot of fucking bangers out of the park. That's Steel Switch.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take?
Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott.
Michael Scott, yeah.
Yeah. I think it was Wayne Gretzky, right? Hockey. You would know. You
Yeah.
Fucking hockey white trash
I mean,
pig.
yeah. All he had to do back then. Hot take, Wayne Gretzky's dog shit at hockey, by the way. Casuals. He's
Why is
trash.
that?
It was a different game back then. The goalies didn't defend. They were horrible.
Wasn't
You
he the
put the
best
puck-
of his time, though?
Oh, without a doubt. He's the leading scorer of all time and probably will continue to be, but it was a different game back then. He threw the puck at the net on the ground, and the goalies just didn't even drop it, just go between their legs. They were dog shit. They had small pads. They didn't defend the goal. They were trash. Every modern day NHL superstar is a better player than Wayne Gretzky. It's that simple.
Yeah.
All of them are better than him. He's not that skilled. It was a
I've-
different game.
Yeah, knowing nothing about hockey, I agree with you, and here's why. It's true for all sports. Hey, Michael
Exactly.
Jordan, and we're going to get some angry listeners here. Hot take alert. Michael Jordan would be really good in the NBA right now. He would not be better than fucking LeBron James.
LeBron James. What did Gabe used to
It
always
was
say?
once again a different game. People played harder defense in the NBA back then. The dirty, whatever, Detroit Pistons. What was their name?
Scottie Pippen.
Oh,
Yeah,
Scottie
he was
Pippen
on,
was a god, dude.
He was on the
Scottie Pippen.
fuck. What
He
team
was on the Bulls and the Pistons.
The Bulls is what I'm thinking. He's on the Bulls.
Yeah, that's what he's most known for. Yeah, him, Rodman, and Jordan were the trio. But
Real pieces
yeah,
of shit.
every athlete is not as good as the best current athlete. It doesn't
Exactly.
ever happen. People learn how to play the game better. Nutrition's better. People are bigger and more athletic.
Yep.
It's just nutrition's better. Steroids are better. Everything's better. Oh, but they don't take steroids in basketball. That's actually probably true. But still, everything else is better. Massage therapy shit is better. Science is better. Nutrition supplements are better. People are just fucking bigger now because they eat more. They have access to more. They lift more. Yeah, every athlete from the 80s is not the best. That if you could transplant the best 80s athlete from every single sport and put them in the league they played in now, none of them would be the best in their sport. Without exception. 40 years? Yeah, fuck you. There's no chance. People learn more. People get better. I mean, Steph Curry. No one was shooting threes from fucking half court and hitting 98% of them back then. Why? Because people got better at basketball, dude. Stay mad. I don't know, man. So yeah, fuck Wayne Gretzky. I don't know a goddamn thing. I've never watched a hockey game. Literally 0 times, and fuck Wayne Gretzky.
These skilled guys now, these modern day superstars, they would be getting fucking 300 points a season.
They would be
back then.
VPNing if they played in an 80s
Yeah, they are
professional
so
league
much
game.
more skilled than it used to be. Way
Yeah.
more skilled. And fuck you if you think otherwise. It's really that simple. Wayne Gretzky is not skilled. Dog shit, trash player.
More skilled and more athletic. I mean, you're not gonna be better, so thanks in advance. Okay, wait. So who would compete with? Yeah, Steel Switch. Bean Dip Boy, how do I get better at the game? Listen to all about Warzone Newbie Edition and practice the tips.
Play the game a lot.
Yeah,
Keep shooting people.
That will help for sure. Playing the game a lot will definitely help, but if you really want to get better, you gotta like apply yourself. Like I said in the last announcements, I won't go into it again, but I've gotten a lot better by like actually trying to get better at a skill. It works. Like if you try to get better at something, it'll work. So do that. Listen to all about new Warzone Newbie Edition. It's a very recent episode. And you're not doing all those skills if you're asking this question, and pick one you're not doing. Probably slide canceling first if that's not what you're doing, and then do it. Try hard to do it, and then you'll get better. There you go. Ooh, Steel Switch. Pork rinds, yes or no? And then he's done us the favor of outlining our options. Option 1, yes. Option 2, no. Thank you, Steel Switch. I appreciate that.
Sure. I don't love them. I'm never gonna buy them. If they're there, I'll eat them. Gabe always buys pork rinds if he has
Gabe
them and offers me some.
Pork rinds.
Sure, I'll take a couple pork
He
rinds.
is a
I'm never gonna
Mexican
buy
man,
them myself.
so
though.
he likes
Yeah.
pork rinds. Yeah. Shout out to Gabriel Saul Perez. Covina, California. Lyman
Dirty.
Avenue. Dirty.
No, he moved. He
Homeless,
moved.
unemployed.
His parents moved too. They don't even live there
Oh,
anymore.
they did?
Yeah, they're
Where'd they
buying a
move to?
house. They're trying to buy a house up in like you know where like Eastvale is?
No.
It's like
Not at
some
all.
dog shit city. It's
Is it
over
north of
past
here?
like Ontario. It's like Norco. It's like
Past
Norco
Ontario.
area.
Oh, so it's east of here. So they're buying a cheaper house, basically.
His mom wants like horses or some shit.
Oh, cringe.
And they can buy like massive
She's a white
property
lady.
out there. They can buy like massive property out there for dirt cheap because no one wants to live
if
out
you're
there.
east of Ontario, yeah, no one wants to live there for sure.
Yeah, so they can buy like a place with a horse and have a big house for, I'm sure, less than what they sold their house for here. So
Yeah, their house now is in a pretty good location, honestly. Like,
yeah,
it's a cute little
kind
house.
of a weird house.
It's not a
kinda weird.
cul-de-sac, which kind of drives the property value down a bit, but it's in a good location. It's by freeways.
It's fine.
It's by a hospital. It's by a
Not
school.
really by freeways.
It's pretty close to the 57. It's really close to the 57, actually.
It's like miles.
No, it's like a mile. You shoot off,
No,
you
it's
shoot down to
not.
Bonita, bust a left, then you're like
You don't
there.
know where Gabe lives.
I've been to his house many times.
Bonita? That's not even. You're
Isn't it
getting all
Bonita?
sorts of fucked up.
Oh,
No.
Badillo. I'm thinking of Badillo. Sorry, Badillo.
Yeah, you're thinking of Adilla. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't. I just live like very close to the 57. I live like a mile from the 57. Gabe's like 3 or 4.
Yeah, maybe.
It's
I
not
don't
that
know.
close.
I have a terrible sense of direction. You shouldn't trust me.
You're terrible everything. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
A terribly large cock. What was the question? Pork rinds. Oh yeah, okay. So I once upon a time, like 2 years ago, I went keto for
Holy shit.
for the month of October.
It's news to me.
Oh yeah, I'm a fat fucking pig now. But I went keto for a month, and if you're keto, that basically the ketogenic diet. It's where you have 5% or fewer of your calories come from carbohydrates. So everything that tastes good has carbs in it, just in case you're wondering. So you have to eat like a lot of fat to get energy. That's what ketosis is. You break down fat for ATP rather than carbohydrate, sugar. And so I was like craving heavy, like just trash in the first like week or whatever. Chips, hot Cheetos, Lay's, anything. But you can't have any of that because it's all carbs. But pork rinds has no carbs. It's just fat, which is like a good little keto snack. You can get some barbecue.
Really?
Yeah. You can get some barbecue pork rinds and eat those suckers. And they're all fat. There are no carbs in it. If there are, it's like you could eat a whole bag and it'd be like 2 grams max. Like very, very few, if any. I think it might actually be 0 depending on the brand you get. So I went to the gas station at like 11:30 at night and bought like 8 bags of fucking pork rinds. That's how fucking crazy my cravings were. But I was disciplined. I stayed keto for the month. And then came home, ate them, had like 10, and they were really good. And then you keep eating them, and you're like, yeah, these aren't carbs. This isn't what I actually want. And you get sick of them. Yeah. It like did not scratch the itch I wanted, which of course it didn't, because it's no carbs, and that's what I was craving. But still, it was interesting. So pork rinds, they're good. They're fine. But
yeah, never buy them myself, but
they're never going to be as good as carbs, as potato chips of any kind, because they're not carbs, and it's that simple. So I'll fuck up a pork rind, but it's not like better than a chip, and therefore I'll never choose to buy it as Tanner.
Yeah, what do like the Mexicans do? Don't they put like hot sauce and lime on it or something? Squeeze lime juice? That would probably be fucking bomb. I think they do like Tapatio type or whatever they want to use, Cholula, and then like lime juice, I think. That sounds good.
Really good. That sounds super good, yeah. I've never seen that in action, but it's possible. So anyway, cool. Shout out to the Mexicans, friend of the pod for sure. Friends of the pod. Next, Bandit. Will the loadout reversion make Tanner play the game again? Option 1 is no, and option 2 is of course not. You had fun yesterday.
I had fun yesterday, yeah. And it's, as I've always said about Warzone, it's as simple as the game's fun when the people you're playing against aren't demonic. It's that simple.
Yeah.
That's what makes Warzone not fun half the time, is sweaty lobbies.
Yeah. Especially back to back to back to back to back. It just isn't fun anymore. Yeah, for sure. But yeah. So the answer is 2, of course not. Go ahead, sorry.
I was just gonna say, it's just like a hard, like Jax was saying that yesterday. He's like, dude, we need ranked so bad. It's just like, I don't see how people play Warzone for more than like 3 hours like straight, you know?
Yeah,
like there's nothing to do. I'm like, how did, like Iron was streaming again for like 30 hours. I'm like, how do you, well, actually for him, it's different because he's like going for like leaderboards, but like our friends that play 6 to 8 hours a day, I'm like, how do you do it? There's no reason to play the game. Nothing to go for. I don't understand it.
There's no more grind, yeah.
It's fun for 3 hours and then I'm done and I got to take a break and come back later, or like just play the next day, you know? That's what's weird about Warzone for me.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I understand that. Yeah, ranked or some shit. It's kind of just a waiting game till Warzone 2. I've been having a ton of fun and I'm going to keep playing. And the thing I'm grinding for right now is to like just get better. So that like feels like something. But like Tanner's not going to do that. He doesn't need to get better. He has all the fundamentals
I'm never going to. I don't care. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like, you know, he doesn't care. So yeah, that's that. All right, the Backyard Charizard asked an interesting question. If each of you had the entire world's attention for 30 seconds, what would you say?
I would say this.
Activision devs do not play them.
Great. And I just play them our theme song, and I'd plug the website and the Patreon.
Yep.
It's 30 seconds.
Yeah, it is true. Yeah.
That's what I'm doing right there.
Yep. I would say patreon.com/the Dropshot is the best way to support the program.
And then Elbozo for the next 25 seconds.
Yeah.
So
just Elbozo spamming. The real answer to this question is it literally doesn't matter at all.
Epstein didn't kill himself. I'm not going to commit suicide to 3 gunshots to the back of my head.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water and making the freaking frogs gay. I might say that. Black helicopters taking people to FEMA camps might say.
How do you get a job
like
here, fuckface? I'd say that.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah, there's a lot of good things you could say. Literally wouldn't matter.
How do you get a job here, there fuckface?
It literally wouldn't matter because who cares? If I was forced to listen to some guy for 30 seconds, I would not care what he said, and he wouldn't teach me anything new, and he wouldn't change my mind about something significant in 30 fucking seconds. There's nothing, literally nothing would come of it no matter what you said. There's no statement that would matter in 30 seconds. Like, oh cool, some guy I don't know said something for 30 seconds that I'll never see again.
Yeah.
Like, what is he going to
And
be
the
like?
Fed, Ron Paul,
the secret to
2024.
curing cancer is to microwave like 2 nickels and then add 3 drops of water. I'm out.
And stick it up your butt.
And then put it in your butt. Yeah, this statement just doesn't exist. It wouldn't matter. So I don't care. So there you go. Okay. Tanner, what's the next question you want to answer? Because I'm seeing a lot of fucking nopes.
Are esports competitors athletes? Urban ask. Esports competitors are more of an athlete than Michael Jordan or Wayne Gretzky.
True.
So yes, they're
True.
more athletic and more skilled than either of those two human beings.
Yeah.
It's harder to win a game of Warzone than be the all-time leading point haver, point enjoyer, goal scorer in the NHL.
Yeah, are esports competitors athletes? No, they're obviously not.
Of course they're not. They're athletes. That's what we should actually start calling them, is athletes.
That's a cute little name. Yeah.
I mean, they're not athletes, but obviously it takes a shitload of skill to be a pro player in any video game. But it's like, you can't use the word athlete. No.
Yeah, exactly.
They're really good at what they do, like LeBron James is, but it's not considered an athlete, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like Stephen Hawking is really good at fucking he was good at astrophysics. You wouldn't call him an astrophysics athlete. He doesn't do athletic things, so of course it's not an athlete.
I feel like the thing from like hardcore, sports players that are like very, those people that are like, oh, fuck video games, I only watch professional sports. Oh, it's like they think that like being pro in a video game is like so much easier than being a pro in a sport, but it's like it's also not easy to be a professional Valorant player. Like it's you have to have so much fucking skill and brain power to do that shit. Yes. Yeah. I mean, it is similar to a professional sport in that sense. You're kind of just born being good at it, and then you practice a lot and get really good and finally get to that level. But are they athletes? No, of course not.
Yep. That's exactly what I was going to say.
But I don't think I think people kind of like look down on it too much. It's, like Warzone pros, nah. But like other competitive games, I feel like, I don't know, take a lot more skill.
If it was possible that like, I mean, being really good at Warzone is also like a big skill, but it is way different than being a pro CSGO player. Yeah, for sure. It takes less to be a pro Warzone streamer than to be a pro CSGO player. Don't at me. Because to be a pro Warzone player, you have to be really good at killing the average Warzone player a lot in matches consistently.
That's what you do. You play against shitters, yeah.
Exactly. And that is not that much of a skill compared to a CSGO pro who is playing 6v6 or whatever against other complete fucking demons every single match. Every single round of every single match. It's totally different. Like I'll even say this. I think being in the CDL is harder than being a pro Warzone player. Because you have to play search against like other people that are really fucking good. But in Warzone, it's like the best Warzone pros are people who can find the most players before the game ends and kill them. Because they're all good enough to kill every other burger bot in the lobby. That isn't the skill. The skill is fucking finding them and like not getting third partied, which is super hard. I'm not saying that's easy. I certainly couldn't fucking do it. None of you listening could do it either. But it's definitely easier than like competing against only other professional other professional players in that endeavor. It's different. It's way different.
Yeah. Yeah, and then it's like none of them want to play in custom tourneys because they're, quote, boring, which I understand that they probably are, but it's also because they want to do kill races and farm shitters, right? And just don't want to admit that. Of course, that's way more fun and exciting. It's way more fun and exciting doing that than having to use your brain and think about rotates and how you're going to win the next gunfight or where you're going to go, Yeah. You're just farming shitters.
Exactly. So, there you go. But yeah, of course, they're not athletes. That's a great question. Millennial Libertarian. Are you guys still grinding for atomic camo? And if so, how far are you on the grind?
We had already stopped when this question was asked in
Probably,
February.
yeah,
we didn't last long at all.
soon.
I really did mean to. And then once we found out what the challenges were, I just lost interest right away.
Yep.
Lost interest.
Yep.
There's just so much in Vanguard was like you were like forced to go play hardcore, or it would just take hours to get the 100 kills with certain attachments you need because like the setups were just so bad. So I was just forced to play so much hardcore, which is just not enjoyable. I don't know.
For me, it was the launcher camo where you have to get 3 streak kills in one game 50 times.
It's 30 times, but
30
still.
times. So you're like, what's cool about most camos is theoretically I can get every single headshot camo in one game. Like, don't arbitrarily force me to play a minimum of 10 games to finish one camo. And it'll take more than 10 games to kill 3 streaks in one game, by the way, in Vanguard. I tried for a while. And then I gave up. I said, fuck this. I'm not doing this. That's what made me give up. Is the shit where it's like, do X and Y games, go fuck yourself. Instead, it should be kill 90 streaks with your launcher. Because then I can kill 5 in one game and then don't see any the next and fine. So much better that way.
Well, it's like they have this thought like, oh, it'll keep people playing our game, but it's just like, if anything, it turns people off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would have played more if that wasn't the challenge. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think MW 2019, I thought had a pretty good camo challenge system that was annoying enough and hard enough, but I still wanted to complete. So I think MW 2 will be similar. Which is the next question. We'll throw that in there. Someone asked about grinding for Damascus and Modern Warfare 22222. Like, theoretically right now I'm saying yes, I probably will do that, but I also said the same thing about Vanguard. And I was excited for Atomic too, because it was
cute.
What do I always? It's animated. What's the word for it? It's not animated. What do they call it?
Reactive.
I guess it is.
Reactive, I think is the word you're looking for.
I don't think it's... No, because reactive is like when you get a kill and it changes.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess it is just animated.
Yeah,
I don't know. But I was excited for it, and then like it just doesn't look that good in Warzone though. I don't know. So I don't know. It was more just I didn't want to play the game and do the challenges though.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I will want to get whatever the mastery camo is for MW 2. And I think even if the challenges are pretty shit, if the game is good enough, like Vanguard also wasn't fun enough for me to do really shit challenges. If the game was like really fun and the challenges were equally dog shit, I probably would have done them, honestly. And I also knew this iteration of Warzone is dead in a year. And by the time I get Atomic, it'll be dead in like 6 months. But when Warzone 2 comes out, then we'll probably have whatever the mastery camo is for that game for at least like 2-3 years of the next Warzone.
Exactly. Yep.
So I'll get way more value out of having that mastery camo. So that's why I'm like a lot more likely.
Another thing too is if like this DMZ mode is something actually interesting and you can use your weapon camos in that too, that could be another reason to grind for it. You know, if you can use it in multiplayer, DMZ, and Warzone. So I'm with you. I want like an animated Damascus type thing. A lot of people hated Damascus. It looked horrible on when MW 2019 launched, and then they fixed it a couple weeks later and it ended up looking pretty good. I think it's a solid looking camo. A lot of people don't think it was worth it, but
it's fine.
I liked it a lot. I just want it to like move or be a little bit more vibrant. Yeah.
More special.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hear you on that. For sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on. What happens first? Tanner's Christmas tree gets taken down or Raz's sheets get changed again? We have the answer. Tanner's Christmas tree taken down.
I took it down late February, I think it was.
We've got about 7 more months till I change my sheets again, so there you go.
Really? Nice. Nice, man.
This is a weird question. Steel Switch. What was the worst mess you ever had to clean up? Huh. Kind of like this question. Had to be at work for me at some point. Oh, I already know that answer.
Yeah. I guess mine was probably at work too. When the paint machine, when you'd fill up the paint machine with like the tint to mix paint, which is, it's like one little drop of that, and you're not cleaning that off anything, because it's not paint. It's like straight, just like the coloring for it.
Oh,
so
God.
It's very dense.
Yeah.
That's not the word I'm looking for. It's not thick. It's just like one little drop is darker than dropping a fucking cup of paint on your shirt,
Okay.
But anyways,
what is the word you're looking for?
probably that. Sometimes like filling them up, you would spill them, and that happened one time, and it was like the black one. And it like goes all over the floor, all over the machine. Disaster to clean up. Disaster. Concentrated. Yes, very like concentrated coloring. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Probably that. You don't get it off the floors. You can use whatever cleaner you want. The stain is still there. It's pretty nutty.
That is nutty, yeah. That's goated. It's twisted. I should throw that on your, I don't know, something you don't want it on, I guess.
Should throw that on your Scion TC. May actually raise the value of it. It probably needs a paint job.
Could, yeah. Yeah, mine was when I was working at Starbucks. One thing they do there is they're called travelers. So people will like call in and be like, I want a traveler. So you fill up, it's like 3 pots of coffee into this like cardboard. It's like, they were like, we had them like stashed and they were like together, and you take it out and you like unfold it and then you like open a thing. It was pretty cool. And then you'd fill up like a bunch of coffee in it. And we had filled up one pot and we were doing the second one, and it was like off. So it wasn't going into the like plastic like hole. So it got on the cardboard for far too long, and it's done now. So the whole thing is like crumpling. It's a disaster. And then it spills, and it was busy too. So then there's just fucking coffee everywhere. It's all on the counter. It's all on the floor. So we had to like take the mats out. It's all busy, mop that shit up. It was a mess. And then we had to refill the traveler too, which takes a while. And then the customer was all mad. I've probably cleaned up worse messes. I can't remember them though, but this one was like a bad time to make a big mess. I'm sure there's been
when they're all pissed.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. Yeah. So anyway, there you go. Next, Salty Rhombus. This is a hilarious question. Do you think that if we all met in real life, we would be friends?
No. You guys would probably hate us anyways.
Absolutely not. Yeah, absolutely not. So first of all, let's just do math. 2,000 people being friends with each other, no one not liking the other person.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. That's never happened ever. So already no. And then also, people are a lot different online potentially than they are in real life. A lot different. So yeah, no. I think like a lot of us could be friends, but some of you are probably real fucking weird, and Tanner and I have no idea.
Oh yeah.
And by the way, Tanner and I are real fucking weird, and you guys probably have no idea.
Well, speak for yourself.
Well, I know Tanner. He's real fucking weird. He does some weird shit in real life that he's told me not to talk about.
Got it, yeah.
As do I. So like, yeah, I'm not, I don't know. We wouldn't be friends. Let me put it this way. I have like 3 friends in real life.
Yeah.
So what do you think? What do you fucking think? So there you go. Of course not. Ooh, this is a good question. Great question. Steel Switch. Which would you rather have in Warzone? The ability to lean or to mount? This is a nutty question. A harder answer for me than it used to be.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. I used to always say lean. I don't know now though, because with leaning, that's something I've learned from Tarkov, and I know Warzone would also have this mistake. It's like you can lean angles or like quick peek angles and almost not be seen and still kill someone. Now with mounting, you're barely seen, but at least you're stuck in a position typically. There are instances where you almost can't see the person, but
true.
They at least won't be moving, and they'll be like locked onto that as you shoot them, and it'll take a little time for them to like react and move. And you can end up getting a kill that way, but you can just cheese leaning too much, I think. I can just imagine Aiden quick peeking some corner, me not being able to see him, and then just assisting the fuck out of my body as I run past him. I think it would end up being an absolute disaster. I would rather they be mounted, less mobility that way. So I do love leaning in video games, but the more I've played Warzone, the more I've realized I don't think it would work well in Warzone, actually. No. So I'd rather just keep mounting the way it is.
Especially now on Caldera, I'm trying to think of when I would even want to lean. And I can't, really. Because, like, every time I would want to lean, I can literally just mount, and that is a lean, plus better recoil control.
Well, plus, as we talked about, like in the All About Warzone ep, is like you're usually rewarded more in Warzone if you're the one moving. So like sitting,
That's
like
true,
leaning
too.
or mounting on a corner, you're usually not going to have the benefit anyways. The person with the benefit is going to slide past you while you're mounted, stem slide past you, and you not even be able to get out of the mount fast enough, and then they just shoot you in the back. I think leaning is for slower paced games. That's kind of what I've learned.
Probably true too, yeah.
Especially like think of all like the military type shooters that have leaning. It's like Squad, Tarkov. All of those like realistic shooters have that, and they're very slow paced, and people just hold an angle for a long time.
Where the TTK is really fast too.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree. Like multiplayer, I would say the ability to lean, but Warzone, I would say the ability to mount, especially on.
I agree. Yeah,
especially on Caldera, because like if you can't mount, you're gonna just get so many fewer kills because everyone's so far away. You like have to mount. So yeah.
And as we've talked about, leaning I don't think works very well with a controller. I don't know. I'm sure there are games out there that have leaning and you can play on controller, but I don't know what those games are. If so, it's just like I don't even know how it would work.
Yeah,
like mounting, you press A button and then you mount and then you can move side to side. But like leaning, it'd be 2 extra essentially dedicated keybinds that you'd have to do. It doesn't work for controllers. Like all the games I'm thinking that has leaning, none of them have controller support. Like can't even use one at all if you wanted to.
Yeah. So there you go. Oh, this is an excellent question from Benji.
Let's end it here, by the way.
Okay. So our last question here is from Benjamin G, who asks, are you familiar with the half your age plus 7 years dating rule? Do you agree with it in general? And at what ages do you believe it no longer applies? Great question. Are you familiar with this rule, Tanner?
I've heard it. I don't really know anything about it.
The way I know this, some people call it the half your age plus 7 rule. Some people call it the Seinfeld rule. That's where I first heard of this rule of thumb. And it's perfect, in my opinion. It is the rule. It is the gold standard for dating people of unage without being a fucking weirdo. Okay? And here's how it works. And it's usually for men, because women usually don't date men younger than them. So what you do is, but it applies to women too, I guess. Take your age. So me, for example, I'm 30. Divide it by 2. Half. That would be 15. We're not done yet. Hold your horses. Plus 7. So 15 plus 7, 22. I cannot date anyone younger than 22, according to the half your age plus 7 rule. And when I'm 31, it'll be 23, because you round up in my view. And when I'm 32, it'll be whatever. 6 plus 7, still 23. And then you can imagine if someone's 60, it would be 37. So the gap widens as you get older, because that does make sense. If I'm 60 and I'm dating someone who's 37, yes, that is a 23-year age gap, but you're both fucking old now, so it's fine. So as you get older, that gap widens in terms of net value. Perfect rule. Huge. Big, massive brain. I think it starts applying at the age of, let's do some legal math here, 21, and then it never stops applying. I think it's always good. But I think you start applying the rule at 21. Yeah.
Interesting.
I've
never dated, Seinfeld. So I don't really know. Yeah. I don't care.
So let's ask this, Tanner. If I was dating a 21-year-old, would that be weird?
Yeah.
Would that be too young for me?
I think so. I think a little bit too young.
What about 22?
I would say like 23 at the youngest.
Okay. So you're close, because 22 would pass the rule.
21 just sounds too young.
21's really young, yeah. I don't
know.
think I would even want to. That's really young.
What if they were a day over 18?
Definitely not.
No.
They're children, dude. They even look like children most of the time. Some 18-year-old girls look full grown, let's put it that way. But a lot of them look like little kids still. But more importantly, they're fucking retarded because they're 18. If you're 18, you're a fucking idiot. Stay mad if you're listening, and fuck you.
You really are. You'll grow up and realize that one day. Everyone has the same thought as you. You're 18. You're not an idiot. You are. Yeah. Same thing when you're 21. Same thing when you're... I think you kind of get over the being a complete dumb shit when you turn about 25, honestly.
25 is my benchmark.
I feel like 25 is the age. Yeah. You're a fucking idiot before that, though.
Yep.
And you still are going to be after, but substantially less than you were prior to turning 26 or something. So
yeah, I agree. I think from 0 to 25, you're dumb because your stupid brain isn't done growing, because that is true. The prefrontal cortex finishes around 25. And then from 25 on, you're still probably a dumb shit because most people are dumb. So there you go. But also, if you're not a dumb person naturally, which is, 2% of people maybe, then you're still probably dumb anyway from 25 to like 40 because you don't have enough life experience yet. But you're not dumb because your brain doesn't work. You're dumb because you haven't experienced anything. That would be my thing. But yeah, 25, if you're under 25, I don't want your opinion, and it literally doesn't matter about anything ever. Hey, be older, finish growing your fucking brain before you talk out of your mouth that your brain is in charge of talking with.
Yeah.
So like, I don't care. I don't want your opinion if you're under 25. That simple. So, yeah. I agree. Be older. That's the thrust.
Isn't it crazy to look back now and figure out people that are like between 21 and 23, 24 have kids? I'm like, you're a fucking idiot yourself. How are you raising a child?
Yeah.
Hey, you should have aborted it. Just kidding.
Well, I don't know if that's legal anymore, dude.
The government's gonna kill you if you do that.
Yeah, the pro-life government will kill you. Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, no, I know, I agree with you. I feel that way about most people, though. Even these people I went to high school with who are my age, fucking 30, having kids. I'm like, holy shit, this dumb shit is having a child?
Well, it's the dumb shits that have them young. They're especially,
I don't know about
you,
young usually, yeah.
The girls that had like 2 or 3 kids by the time they're like 22, 23, those were the dumb girls in high school that like barely even graduated. Those were the fucking idiots. And it makes sense. And like, oh, cool. Now you're going to raise 3 more idiots who are going to be just like you.
Yeah.
White trash, absolute piece of shit. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, we've all wanted to just bust one, right? And especially when you're in the moment, whatever, you like can't help yourself or whatever. Yes, you can. If you like forget to wear a condom, that's one thing, fine. But at least pull it out, dude. You can do that. You can manage that. I've never not once been able to not do that. That is not that hard. Like, oh, we don't have a condom on us and we want to fuck really bad, so we just do it anyway. Sure, we've all been there. But at least pull your fucking dick out, man. What are we doing? You can't be dropping live ones at 19 years old. That's insane. It's totally insane. And it's a dumb person thing to do. That is what dumb people do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Unless I think
you're
there
like
are
fabulously wealthy or something.
That's what I'm saying. There are like exceptions. If your dad gave you a small loan of $50 million and you were 21, you have a trust fund and a house. I think there are like exceptions for it, but it's like these girls like straight out of high school that are like 19, pregnant, living in a just shitty little apartment with 4 friends. It's like, cool.
Yeah.
That baby's going to have a horrible life. Great job.
Well, not always. It's more like you're going to have a horrible life. Usually. You're the mother. Yeah.
Both, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. It would be optimal to just wait. I mean, a lot of times it works out fine, sure, but it would have been better for you to wait till you had a fucking mortgage, right? I don't know. That's what I would say. So anyway, and we'll edit all of this out. That's it, boys and girls. Tanner's gonna go do Mother's Day things or something. I think I'll probably go get my mother, who had me at like 30, she's smart, a Mother's Day gift. And if my mother had me before 25, she wouldn't get shit for Mother's Day. What are your thoughts on that? All right.
Yeah.
It's a joke. I love my mother either way, but I'm glad they waited a while. Because even when I was like 7, we weren't doing super great. But then, you know, we were. So, not that any of that matters. And we'll edit that out too. I'm white. That's all that matters.
You got a fine childhood.
Yeah, definitely. All right. That is it, boys and girls. We talked about COD a tiny bit today, so stay mad if you were here for COD podcasts. We do Call of Duty content most of the time. We typically do a Q&A episode like once a month publicly. For some people, they really enjoy these. Some people don't like them at all. If you're the type of person that only listens for Call of Duty content, just skip the Q&As, because we will talk about Call of Duty in these, but a lot of times, obviously, as you can tell if you just listen to this episode, we don't. And that's okay, because we have fucking 4 times 2, 7 other episodes that are about Call of Duty every month. So listen to those, man. And there you go. That is it. Patreon.com/thedropshot is the best way to support the program. Our TikTok is back up and running at the Dropshot Podcast on TikTok, or just search Dropshot Podcast. You'll find us. Give us a follow, engage with all of our talks so that we can grow and explode. And then we could do even more content, because we'll get more money, and then we can do better content. And then we can do it more often, because we can pay people to timestamp the episode like a fucking asshole, like I have to waste an hour doing every single goddamn episode. That is it. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening. Have an excellent evening, of course. And as always, remember, stay humble.
Stay humble.